Hey, hi, how's it going? It's gonna be such a good day in the garden today. I've got a million things that I need to get planted that have been sitting in their container just a little bit too long. And so we're gonna get some of those things planted today. I bought some Nemesia. We're gonna get that all planted today. Have a really nice, beautiful pop of color. I've got some pittosporum that I wanna get planted today. And then we're gonna take out some plants that didn't do so well and replace them with something that's going to do a lot better. Would you like to come out, ma'am? Come on. Usually she just busts straight through the door, so kind of funny that she waited for me to let her out. You good? You good, ma'am? I'm really excited to get these guys planted. So it's kind of a fun mix of color in here. So this is Nemesia, and they all kind of grow a little over a foot, so 12 feet tall, 16-ish inches wide. I think one of them gets like 2 feet tall, but we'll go over that one when we get to it. Let's go over the colors really quick. So this one here is called Watermelon. Very, very pretty. This one here is called Pink Crush. This one is Raspberry. This one is Premier Tangerine. I really surprisingly like that one. And then this one here is the Essential Raspberry Lemonade, which is kind of fun. Like, it's got the raspberry color and then the lemonade color. All very, very good names. I would say that this one is probably my favorite. It has like the least amount of blooms on it, but I really like that. This one's my second favorite, third, fourth, and then that's like my least favorite, which is kind of surprising. But I thought that this would be kind of a fun little mix of color. And then the tangerine one right here, that's the one that's going to get the biggest. So that one can get up to 2 feet tall, which I don't know, I've never grown these before. It also says that they're full sun, and they're also known as like a summer snapdragon, which makes sense. They totally look like a summer snapdragon. Full sun, well-draining soil. Where they're gonna go, it's going to be like full morning sun and then dappled afternoon sun. These look a little delicate to be full sun for me, especially with the afternoon heat, but I'm really, really excited to grow these. I've never grown these before. I've seen a lot of people do these in hanging baskets, and they just look so pretty in hanging baskets, but I am excited to use them in landscape. I think that this is stunning. So these will also get hooked up to fertilizer. You can see, so I accidentally dropped one of them. Okay, well, I didn't drop it, the wind knocked it over. And so a couple of the branches kind of snapped on these guys. So some of it's looking a little rough, but I do expect it to fully rebound once we get these planted. This is the one that dropped. And so this one, some of the branches kind of like snapped sideways on it. But these guys will be really happy to get out of their containers. They're pretty root bound. And I think it'll be really fun to just kind of have like a cool pop of color. I'm trying to add more color into the garden this year, not just like one color palette. So that's why I'm adding a little bit of orange in here, which is crazy for me. That's a wild card. Let me show you where I want to get these guys planted. So Brent and I kind of walked through and we landed on this spot right here. So it's going to get a little protection from the afternoon sun because the rows will kind of shade them out a little bit, but it's going to get full morning sun, and then it'll get protection like 3 o'clock on. Not full protection, but dappled sun. So hopefully this will be good. And so we're just gonna like tuck them in. I'll tuck the tallest one in the back, and then I want this whole entire corner to be the Nemesia. I just think it would be so pretty and like a really fun pop of color. And then this view, as you kind of come around, would be really, really sweet. Also, can you believe how everything is just like coming to life here in the garden? Isn't this insane? Look at the salvia. This spot right here is so pretty. What salvia is this? I tried to label everything. This one is the Back to the Fuchsia. Isn't that insane? And the pollinators are going crazy on it. Brent and I have been working hard to get everything labeled in the garden, which has been really nice. So we write the name on the back, but we also use these clear labels on the front of them, because that's, I don't know, that looks better. But then just in case these labels don't actually last, we are writing everything on the back to be safe. But I think this view will be really pretty. Also, I have onions growing right there. I tried to just tuck in a couple onions throughout the landscape, and these ones are very, very happy in that spot. are so pretty right there. I cannot wait to see them kind of spilling over the edge, getting some height to them. That back one, the orange one right there, that's going to get about 2 feet tall. The other ones are going to get about a foot tall, so there'll be kind of a nice little variance in height too, which is really awesome. I'm loving the bunch of color. Honestly, I'm pulling a lot of inspiration this year from like a cottage garden and also from my friend Tracy at Plaids and Poppy. I did a tour of her garden and she had so much color in there. It was so exciting. And so this year I'm wanting to add lots of color. I just want a ton of it. I mean, okay, not as much as she does, but I do want to add some inspiration from her. So this is a touch of color from her where she just kind of mixed in all these colors and it was so pretty. So I'm really excited about this. I just think they're really pretty on the ground. I did go in with some baskets right here because when I was going to start digging and I was going to plant this one, I found a tunnel and I was like, you know what, we're just not even going to mess with it. So put it in the ground with a basket. That way these guys are nice and safe. And as far as baskets go, I probably wouldn't do any type of basket if I was doing something that had really big roots like shrubs and trees like that, because you want the roots to be able to grow through the holes. And so like annuals like that, they have really fibrous and small roots. They're not going to get like big beefy roots. So annuals is perfect because the roots can grow right through it. And if the roots around it get munched on, it's not that big of a deal. It might have a little dieback, but enough roots should survive that the plant should be able to just carry on. So the baskets are great for that. But like I said, I wouldn't do anything big. Like I wouldn't do a tree or anything like that because those roots are going to hit it and they're going to start to grow through it, but they're not going to be able to push through that metal. And so it could slice the roots in half. It's really not good. So we're just using it for annuals and very small fibrous root growing perennials. Anything that's got like fibrous roots, perfect for baskets. Now that that is done, we're going to plant a fuchsia today. This is for my husband. I'm not usually the biggest fans of fuchsia, especially because they typically come in like the purple and red color. Not my favorite combo. But this one is really pretty. This one is called Ballerina. And since technically my husband does live here, I should plant a few things that he likes, and he likes fuchsias. So we're going to get this planted, and we're going to plant it in the gazebo in a hanging basket. And it's going to be the only thing that's going to get planted in the hanging basket all by itself. It was $15.99. They need some protection from the sun. So where it's going is shade. A lot of shade, full shade basically. So it should be happy there. These are beautiful yet messy creatures. They like to drop flowers absolutely everywhere. I just spent a few minutes picking off the flowers. So this is going to make a mess inside the gazebo, but my husband won't care. He will be very happy that he has this fuchsia. It's very pretty. I like this one. And I didn't even get all the dead flowers off it. You can see there's still 2 more on there, but it is really pretty. I don't hate this one. She's just so messy. And this is the container it's gonna go in. I was going to do a terracotta pot, but I don't have one that fits. So I'm just using this ceramic pot that we've had for I don't even know how many years, and this hanging thing that just sits there and hangs. So he's getting a hook so we can hang that inside the gazebo, and then we'll go ahead and pop this up really pretty. It is really, really pretty, really quickly, but it is really pretty. Like, I don't know, that's stunning. Do you want to hang it up like right there? That's kind of what I was thinking. Maybe over to the right a little bit. Well, it is hard to be mad at that. I do think that's going to be the perfect spot for this fuchsia though. Brent's very happy with it. He'll be excited about it. We sit out here every evening, and honestly, most mornings too, and throughout the entire, we're out here pretty much 24/7. We basically live under this gazebo, so he'll be very happy with this. It doesn't really block the view of the greenhouse, which is nice because it's right where this branch is, so the branch already was kind of blocking it anyways, but when you're sitting, can't be mad at that view, right? So the last thing we're gonna do today, I've got 2 containers over here that I'm just not super thrilled with, so we're gonna fix those. It's these 2 plants. They're the exact same plant. I don't even know what they are. I don't even care what they are. I'm never growing these again. They had a really beautiful spring show, and I thought that I didn't do my research. I usually look things up online. And so they're just these crispy, ugly, awful things. And so we're gonna get rid of these. I don't care if it's a perennial. I don't care if it's gonna come back for me. I don't like this. It doesn't make me happy. I don't even see any more blooms to come. So I feel like it blooms in the spring, one show, and then that's it. And then same thing over here. What is this? That's heinous. So I don't care if it's gonna do another show of blooms. It's been like this for a week. So I'm over it. These 2 are coming out. So what are we adding? We're adding Heliotrope. So this one is called Fragrant Delight, and it is so pretty. Heliotrope is a full sun. It smells like the most decadent vanilla ever. Really, really pretty plant. 18 inches tall, 18 inches wide. It does great in the landscape. This is only $10, and it's a really, really good sized plant. So I'm pretty happy with $10 on this. Hardy in zones 9 through 11. For everyone else, just treat it as an annual, but definitely one to grow. The blooms are pretty. She's got more blooms to come. She'll slowly continue to bloom, and then her blooms, they fade and they kind of turn this white color. They will get a little crispy, but she doesn't bloom a crazy amount, so I'll just come through and I usually just chop off the blooms when she's done blooming. But you can see she's usually throughout the year just kind of pushes more and more blooms, which is nice. And then we're also going to go in with the Super Verbena Peachy Keen right here. It's a verbena, really, really pretty. I got it in another spot in the landscape, which I'm excited about. This one only gets about 12 inches tall, and it should get about that wide also. So it just kind of rounds out a little bit. It is an annual, but it is hardy in zones 8 through 11. So this is one that's going to come back for me. And this wants as much sun as you can possibly give it. But isn't that so pretty? So this is Peachy Keen. She's really, really gorgeous. I think that both of these will add a nice pop of color over to the fountain area. And the Heliotrope smells so good. If you can find it, definitely add it into your garden. We're gonna go ahead and pot these 2 up and then set them over by the fountain. And then I think we're gonna call it a day because my sister is coming into town, which is very exciting. verbena is in, heliotrope is in, and everything else is looking so good here, which is really nice. I will say I did break a pot right there, so I'm gonna have to fix that. Not today. I'm not doing that today. But I love it. I think the verbena is gonna be so pretty there. That will trail and fill out that entire area. The daisies are doing so good. They need so much water though. The heliotrope is going to be a little more like drought tolerant, and it's not going to get our weekly water or our weekly fertilizer on it, but it will get fertilizer probably 2-3 times during the season. I'll make sure it gets a really good little feeding. Do you see the hummingbird? Oh, it's sitting in the willow tree right now. She's right there. Our hummingbirds are not scared of us at all. They're very, they get very, very close here. But this looks so good. Very happy with it. The verbena is so pretty. I'm really happy that we added a little color. It was good for spring, a quick little spring show. It got hot. Now it's very hot. And so the rest of these should hopefully do okay here. So this is where we say goodbye. I hope that you enjoyed it. The garden is bursting already, which is very exciting. It's a beautiful, beautiful day. My sister should be here in just a few minutes. We're gonna sit, watch the birds, and just hang out, relax, have some food, have some snacks, do all the things. I hope that you guys enjoyed visiting today. It was very productive. We'll see you all in the next one. Bye, guys.